resources, a tick, by organisms of the same species, a tick, in a particular habitat, a tick. Struggling for. So if I didn't say the word habitat, the word struggle, limited resources, these are the key words. And not after your sentence. It's a kind of a process that involves the struggle between living organisms of the same species, limited species, struggle over limited species, living organisms of the same species in a particular habitat. These are one of the major things, and it's just 3 marks. Okay? The key words, any of these ones I mentioned, almost 4. But I take 3 from there. Then the second one is the 2 main types of competition. Some of you wrote inter-competition and intra-competition, and it is 0. There's nothing like inter-competition and intra-competition. Interspecific competition or intra-species competition or intra-species or interspecies competition, and spellings must be correct for you to score. Did I say something now?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the third question there says, list 4 factors that organisms compete for in a habitat. Now there wasn't a specific either for plants or for animals. So whatever be that living organisms compete for, will have light, will have water, will have space, will have food, or nutrients. Now, mates. Somebody wrote mating. And I put a dot. They compete for mates, and that is among animals. So take note of that. Then correct spellings will be correct for you to score. This is where another one is. Explain briefly the relationship between competition and succession. Only 1 or 2 among the ones I've marked. The others I don't understand what we're talking about. Among the ones I've marked. Somebody defined competition, another tried to define succession. There is no way, that is one of the major things. If we still remember what succession is, you know, it will start from primary where we have a bare land, and we began to go gradually, until you have encroachment of different organisms, until it became climax that competition arises. They start struggling for limited resources in that particular area, more especially when it comes to secondary succession. Did I say something now?
Yes.
There's no way competition can come without succession. If you have defined the 2, well, I still pick. Let me give you what is requested. Relationship between competition and succession. The first point says succession is a change. It's the changes that occurs. That's the point, a tick. As if definition of succession first. It says changes that occur. Another point, in a population of organisms in a habitat. In a population of organisms in a habitat. The first point I said changes that occur. The succession is the changes that occur. Point number 2, in a population of organisms in a habitat. Population of organisms in a habitat. Another point For these changes to occur, you know we're still talking about succession. We're still talking about succession. For these changes to occur, there must be competition. For these changes to occur, there must be competition and the new ones. For these changes to occur, there must be competition. That's the point. Children, what do you want to say, Richard? Succession leads to competition. Succession is the change. Succession leads to competition. It starts with the primary on a bare land. Is somebody saying now?
No, what you read now, what you said this succession is the change. For this change to occur, the competition will change.
That is it now. It started, where did it start from? I should repeat myself. Succession is the changes that occur in a population of organisms in a habitat. With a climax, okay, I didn't put climax.
Yes.
With a climax that is reached. With a climax that is reached. Then another point. For these changes to occur, that is what happened in the climax that is reached. Follow the point, the first one. It has already gotten to the climax. Competition cannot occur if it has not been to a climax. Did I say something now? Because there has been an encroachment of different organisms into that particular, it was a bare land. All of a sudden, that's the primary one. Things started coming up, the grasses. There you have some organisms, the lizards, the grasshoppers started coming into that place. By the time you know it, the snakes are coming, looking forward for other things that come in, the plants are. By the time you say they are promising, the grasses there, you now start having trees coming up. And when those trees are coming up, you now start having some wild organisms coming into that place until you get to a climax, and that brings about competition. What do you want me to say again? How do you want me to explain it? Uncle, I'm listening. You're the one that said Koti and you now.
I said this in your mouth.
No. Do you know primary, secondary succession? Can you explain it or define it on your own? I know you did it in SS1. You come across it again in SS1. And you come across it again, just a little bit, when we started talking about adaptation. So where do you understand? Where? Are you saying competition will occur before succession? Or succession has to occur before? Do you know the definition of succession? Or you're giving? I know you have to tell me the gradual changes. Or you're looking for the word gradual. Oh yeah, give me the little you know. Stand up and say now so that you know where I am.
In an habitat.
Okay.
Like we have primary succession and secondary.
Just tell me a little bit about that primary succession. We have primary, secondary succession cannot occur without primary succession.
That primary succession is that it starts from the bare surface.
Good. What's the bare surface? Hey!
A bare surface is a place where like trees cannot.
Can you look out through the window there? Down. Can you look at it? Forget about this tree. Down there. Is it there? It's not. When you're coming in, as you get in front of that class, what we were using before, forget about that flowers or those trees in front of that class. Is that place there? Say you don't know what is there. When we say bare land, there's nothing there initially. And all of a sudden, that's a gradual changes. Continue.
That's a good thing. And that's a good thing.
No, the primary succession. What I understand that it's not okay in the background, like let's use this classroom. Excuse me, before you think and beverages, when you clear it, there is nothing there. And by the time you leave it for a month, the grasses start coming up. At that particular stage, you don't get there. And that is primary. But gradually, they are beginning to have changes. The grass is coming up. And when the grasses start coming up, you know there are organisms that feed on those grasses. And they start encroaching, little by little. And as it were, the thing keep on coming up. And by the time you know that you see some higher organisms that are coming to feed on those small ones, like the grasshoppers. So before you know it, you start seeing grass cutters. Before you say Jack Robinson, it might not be only green snakes. You know green snakes? They show the green grass. And those grasses that are coming out that appear to be green, we now start seeing trees, shrubs. Am I communicating? And you say Jack Robinson, on the trees you start seeing birds. Remember, it was just a very small portion of land in a habitat. Population. And as time goes on, as the trees are coming up, the shrubs are coming up, the grass is there. That will result in competition now among trees. Are you getting it? It continues like that. Then some animals will start coming in. Until it becomes so climax that even the trees grow up, the grasses can no longer come. Some of them will start dying off. But as they are, there's competition in terms of what? Absorbing water. There's a competition in terms of spaces. There's a competition, the trees has formed an umbrella, like a canopy of light. So there are trees to climax and then they'll start competing. The same thing goes to animals. Do you know there's so much? Use Lagos and human beings. The population that is there. Have you entered the compound facing and facing in Lagos? You have not. But you have watched the film where you said they have big toilet, one toilet like this, and they stand on the line. That is not just a joke. If you don't come out as early as 3, you use that place to stand on the line. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like this. Not knowing that in a room there might be 20 inside. That is a climax. I'm just giving an example. It has become so secondary. Second with one person. Excuse me, please, if you understand it. Or you are still trying to tell me that competition will come before succession. No, I'm talking to you. Because you're trying to argue that competition will come before succession. Why should competition come before succession? The primary succession is at that particular stage where there was nothing. Are you following? I don't believe that. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, let's put it down. But that is not what I'm talking about. Have you seen the definition of the primary succession? And you can understand it. Go back and read the definition of it. I can't say after climax. After climax, that's when competition is coming. This is how I say that. What's the competition between the Mope when it takes the resources from the old population. Therefore, leading to their death and disappearance from the habitat. Please, let's go back and read it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the next question is, what is structural adaptation? These are other places, the ones that ma'am did not give me a clear answer. What is structural adaptation? Structural adaptation. To the position or the features that they have, not characteristics now. They are able to survive in an environment where they are because of the features that they possess. So that is the structural adaptation. For organisms to survive in their habitat due to the possession of the features found in them. Is that clear? Yes. So let's see what they have here. We said it's the possession of special structures which allow the organisms, possession of special structures which allow the organisms to survive and produce successfully in their environment. Now the next question says that we should leave the types of structural adaptation in animals. Some of you, I don't know what you wrote for me. Examples. Types of structural adaptation. One. Types of structural adaptation. One. Adaptation for adaptation for
water conservation.
Water conservation. Some people I don't know what they wrote for me, but I marked this zero. Then examples of variation in humans used in crime detection. Examples of variation in humans used in crime detection. One. Two. Three. What? Blood group, that's what? Eye color. DNA. Voice detection. And shape of foot. And hair color. I repeat myself. Fingerprints, like I've said. Blood group. DNA. Facial expression. Eye color. Skin color. Sex differences. Phenotype is not there. And shape of food and so on. So don't forget that shading. What do we have? Destructive coloration. Then we'll have warning coloration. Example of cancer shading. Fishes. Named correct fish was called dolphin. Fishes like tilapia and so on. Then we'll have warning coloration example. Variegated grasshopper. Which one is variegated grasshopper? Who knows? Thank you, yellow and green. That we see most time on farmland, where you have cassava. Did somebody say human being? He said human being. Okay. creative coloration, or what to call what? Cryptic. Cryptic coloration. Example? Cryptic coloration or constant coloration. Example? Green snake. Did you say green snake? She said green snake. Did she say green snake? In the green grass, she's correct. We have green snake in the green grass. Then we'll have mimicry. Camouflage. Camouflage. Mimicry. Baby food. What else? Moss. What else? Grasshopper. Now the definition of gene. That one shocked me too. Definition of gene. Can somebody define gene? Gene. G-E-N. Gene. Let somebody define gene for me. Yes? Akiola? You are raising your hand now. Please let somebody define gene. Marvelous. Stand up and define gene for me. I said genes. G-E-N-E-X. What?
Speak louder.
If I tell you I did not hear you, Now, gene is what? Basic unit of inheritance. What is hereditary? Yes.
Genes are hereditary material.
Okay.
Which are responsible for traits from one generation to another.
From where to where?
One generation to another.
One generation to another. Give me the milk words. From where to where? Everything is correct. But I don't want to call one generation to another. From parents to thank you. Activation. I'll put at the back. Remind me of it. Define activation for me. Stand up. Yes. I know some of you pronounce it activation. So define it for me. Your friend. I didn't ask you to sit down. Define activation for me. What? The period of dormancy. What is hibernation? Because some of them have to do with kind of dormancy. There are keywords I'm looking for. hibernation. Okay, you're telling me about hibernation. Okay. Or cold weather. Give me an example. Plants. Okay. I agree with you. Now give me estimation. Sit down. In a sleep mode or torpid state during hot period, the one is during winter, cold period. Give me an example. At the period they become they form a sleeping condition, or like what you can call torpid state. Torpid states. Yes, T-O-R-P-I. That's for hot weather. Give me an example. Huh? You know why I'm asking this question? Most of the time, hibernation, estimation, emulsification, these three words will ask you write short notes or define the following terms. That's why I intentionally put it there. So when an unpleasing found itself or keep itself in a sleep mode during hot season or weather. An example is African lungfish. So that is estimation. Hibernation is a very cold season. They just hide themselves within that period. Another estimation example is snail. Have you ever seen snail that protect itself? What do they use? Like it. We call it cyst, and it is white. Somebody wrote for me, bury themselves in the ground. Not all of them bury themselves in the ground. Even frog is an example. They'll just hide or keep themselves somewhere until the weather becomes normal. And most of the time, you see majority of them coming out in the night. There are a lot of questions on genotype. If you have been going through your compound, a lot of questions on genotype, differences between genotype and phenotype. In theory, I am not talking about when they have given you a question on genetics where you didn't have to do that as course, or crossing, just like as a word, define the two. So can somebody tell me about genotype?
Genotype is the sum total of genetic makeup of an organism.
Thank you. Genetic makeup of an organism or the genes. Alright. Now the second question, which is supposed to be number 2, was on variation. And some of you gave me some definition, I was shocked. Please repeat yourself.
Variation is the noticeable differences between individuals of the same species.
What if I remove the word noticeable? There are differences that are not noticeable. Did you get what I mean? There are differences when you said noticeable. There are differences that are not noticeable. I would have preferred you told me that differences that exist between individual organisms of the same species. Because one, there are some that are noticeable, there are some that are not noticeable. And that's what brings about the two types of variation. Morphological and physiological. Morphological, they are noticeable. Physiological, they are not noticeable. So physiological can only be made to be noticeable when you begin to exhibit it. I might not know whether you're calm or you're brave. I might not know whether you're stupid or intelligent. I might not know whether she's aggressive or non-aggressive by me looking at you. But I can say that you're a little bit chocolate in color. That is noticeable, isn't it? I can say that you're not tall. I can say that you're not fat. I can say that she's very fair. In terms of I can say that your nose is pointed. So please see that. The key words are the key words are differences. Another key word exist. Another key word begin individual organisms of the same species. And that is 2 marks. So please go back. There are things they are introducing students to. That is by way examiners complain. Why? Why what? Please say what you want. Tell me what to say. No, say something now. And most of the time, they don't use that word. It is continuous or it's continuous exploration. I want to read the notes. Where are the notes? Do you have my notes?
Yes.
It is inside the notes and it's from the marking guide. So the last question there says, for number 2, examples of physiological variation. We have mentioned them. Behavioral pattern, tongue rolling, ability to roll the tongue, fingerprint, blood flow, ability to test BTC, and again, ability to move your ear without shaking the head. Where it can just something like that. And that is number 2. Number 3 said, what is organic evolution? Organic evolution, who knows? All these ones that did not come, they are afraid of biology. Oh, why not there yesterday? You are? But this boy came. And I asked you about Afro people. When you saw them in school today, did you tell them? They are not your friends. Did you say you don't know him? I know time is well. Please, I would advise and wish you go and do the correction. Thank you.